I'm Dhruti, you are watching TimesXP. The United States is bringing new rules for H-1B visas starting January 17, 2025. While there is some good news, most of these changes have left Indian professionals and students disappointed. So, let's break it down and understand what exactly is happening, specifically from an Indian perspective. First of all, let's shift our focus to no more MBAs for H-1B. The biggest shocker is a new rule under specialty occupation category. The US government have decided that general degrees like an MBA will no longer qualify for H-1B visa until and unless the degree is directly related to the job that is being applied for. Let me give you an example. If somebody has an MBA and applies for a tech-related job, this might not be enough unless their degree is very specific to that role. Now, this could create a major hurdle for Indian professionals who often use their versatile MBA skill to work across various industries. It limits flexibility and could discourage Indians from pursuing MBA in the US. But hold on, there is some good news for students on F1 visa as well. On a positive note, there's relief for Indian students as well. F1 visa holders students pursuing higher education often face gap between graduation and starting their H-1B jobs. Now, this gap period will now be covered with an automatic extension of their F1 visa. Now, this means that students can stay in the US legally while they wait to transition to an H-1B visa. Earlier, they used to face the risk of deportation or had to leave the country if they didn't get their visas on time. In the meantime, the US Citizenship and Immigration Services have also pledged faster processing of H-1B renewals. Now, they say that they'll defer to prior approvals unless there's a major issue. Now, this could speed up the process for those who are already in the system. But wait, here's a catch. Now, this particular promise does not apply to new H-1B applications. So, fresh applications will still face the unusual delays, leaving many Indian workers and their families in uncertainty for months or even years. But here's a bigger problem. One of the biggest issues with H-1B visa system is the outdated cap. The US allows only 65,000 new H-1B visa each year, right? Plus an additional 20,000 for those with advanced degree from US universities. Let's put this thing into a perspective. Back in 2024, over 780,000 applications were filled for H-1B visa. Indians account for around 74% of all H-1B visa holders. Now, this means thousands of highly skilled Indian workers are left in limbo every single year because of this ridiculously low limit. The system simply cannot handle the demand, specifically as more Indians are heading to the US for work and education. Now, this thing is a big deal for Indians. Indians is the top source of H-1B workers in the US. These professionals play a huge role in sectors like technology, healthcare, and finance. Many Indian families depend on income that are earned through these particular jobs. With the changes, specifically the MBA rule, the US is closing doors for many Indians who bring talent and innovation along with them. For students, while the F1 visa extension is a relief, the long wait time and uncertainty with H-1B applications still create the stress. Many are left wondering whether investing lakhs of rupees in the US education is worth it anymore. Now, these half-hearted measures might hurt America as well, and that too in a long run. By sticking to outdated policies like the visa cap and making rules stricter, the US risks losing top global talent. Countries like Canada, the UK, and Australia are already becoming attractive destinations for Indian professionals with simpler immigration processes. Now, let me tell you what Indians should keep in mind. If you are an Indian planning to study or work in the US, here's what you need to know. First of all, be very cautious if you are pursuing a general degree. Try to align your education with specific industries or any role. Secondly, use the gap extension very wisely to ensure your H-1B visa. Thirdly, always have a backup plan. Explore other countries like Canada or Australia as alternatives in the case the US process becomes too restrictive. Now, here's the final thought. The new H-1B visa changes might be a mixed bag, but for Indians, they might be more like a roadblock than a step forward. While the US say that they want to attract the best talent, these policies are making it very hard for people to come and contribute. If this outdated and rigid system continues, America might lose its position as a dream destination for Indians. So, what do you think? Should the United States increase the visa cap and make rules friendlier for global talent or not? Do let us know in the comment section below and follow TimesXP for more such updates.